Hello internet friends, my name is Catherine and I'm the human behind creation Miss Couture. So in today's episode of In the Dye Pan, we are going to do an experiment to show you the importance of movement when you're trying to do a tonal color. Hi Zoe. So yes, I will show you how big of an impact movement will create on your final color on your skeins and the absorption and all of that in this video. So I think my supervisor is very tired of me filming, so let's get into the pan. So to have a good comparison, we are going to be doing a 1% stock solution for both of my pot. So in this case, I will be using 2 skeins in each pot, so that way we have a good comparison to do. So what's a 1% stock solution? It's usually 1 gram per 100 milliliters of dye. So that way, and what does it do is it's a 1%. So 1% is going to be the depth of shade your skeins will have, and this is also a reason why it's important to weigh your skeins of yarn before you do anything, because some suppliers have different amount of yarns in everything. So in this case, my classic silk base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, is 115 grams per skein, which means that if I want to do a 1% stock solution for this color, I have to weigh 1.50 grams per skeins, so 2.3 grams for 230 milliliters of water. And usually you would use boiling water, or near boiling point, to dilute your dry powder in the pot, so that way you don't have clumps of dry powder in there. So this is what I'm doing, so that way we can do a good comparison between the one that has been moved and stirred in all of that jazz compared to the one that will just be dropping in the pot. Also, you always want to do a very tiny amount of water first, so that way you can try to humidify and make sure that there's no dry patches in your stock solution. So I will repeat the steps for both. So like I said, there's 2.3 grams of powder, dye powder in there for 230 milliliters of water that we will be adding into our pot. So usually I don't add my acid right away. I wait until I've mixed all my skeins, but this time I'm going to be adding my acid just after I've added all the dye into the pots. So there's roughly 16 cups of tap water in each pot. There's no acid as of right now, but I will be adding my acid right after I've added this. The one on the left will be the one that we will just drop the 2 skeins of yarn, and the one on the right will be the one that we make the movement. And then, so I'm using Plum Dandy for this because it's a brand new color that I've never had before in my collection of acid dyes, so I just wanted to see what it looks like. And the color of the stock solution compared to this little swatch is very different. I almost feel like it's more like a mulled wine color, but we shall see how it goes after it's been added to the yarn. Let's grab the yarn, and as you can see, I'm wearing my respirator because I was mixing dry powder before that, and I just don't want to take the chance of developing lung issues. So, yep, it really looks mulled wine. It's very interesting. We will see what the heat and the acid like change. It's very interesting. And now we'll be moving those two ones. So what I mean by movement to the skeins is that I will change where the zip ties are, so that way we don't have a point of resist created by the zip ties. And also it helps to open up the skeins, because when you soak your water, like your skin in the water, they're like that, it makes like it creates resistance itself because they get stuck together. So it's very important to remove up and down your zip ties. Even if you have like curtain showers ones, you would need to move it around to make sure that you don't create points of resist on the skein, and you will see the big difference at the end. So move, 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 move. I've turned on the heat right now, so for my tonal, I like to start with like room temperature water, simply because it allows for a better absorption of the color in the skein. So it takes longer it's a slower absorption for most colors when it starts cold, and when you add heat to it, that's when usually the colors start to strike. So it will be simmering on the stove for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and I'll see you there. So it's been half an hour, 45 minutes, and you can see it's pretty mostly absorbed, but I'm not surprised that there's still a little hint in the water, simply because it's like a pink, like red color, and usually there's always something left in the dye pot. So, all right, it's time to wash our skein of yarn, and since it's my first time using this color, I don't know if it will bleed. Hopefully not. We shall see how it goes. Some colors are just more, I have a tendency to bleed more, like reds and pinks will bleed more if there is like neon pigment in the dry powder. It usually will bleed more. If it's a blues, they usually some blues will not bleed, but some of them will just be bleeder no matter what you're going to do. There will always be a little tint in the water, but honestly, so far so good. I don't see any bleeding, which I'm very happy with. And you can see this one is the skeins that we've moved, so there's no white patches. The color seems pretty even, so I'm pretty happy with this. So I'll put those skeins into my spin dryer, and so it was a fantastic gift I received, this spin dryer, because it allows to remove all the excess water, and it will dry so much faster. So usually I will change the water between two batch of colors. However, since there was absolutely no hint of anything, I just decided to go ahead and use the same bath for the second skeins. And I don't know if you've noticed, but you can already see some dry patches, white patches on those skeins, because those are the one that we didn't move at all. Yeah, you can already see that. So that's what I was expecting. It's probably because the resist caused by the zip ties. There is quite a bit of white patches, but it's okay. That's why I did this experiment, because I really wanted to show how important it is to move your skeins if you're trying to do a tonal with a very nice color distribution on the skeins. And we don't have bleeding in this water either, so that's fantastic. It will go in the spin dryer, and I will see you when the yarn is dry. So you can see the big difference that moving and opening the skein like we did created a world of difference. So you can see at the bottom one, all the white patches are most likely resist spots. So either the yarn was stuck together because we didn't move it and open the skein, or it was resist due to the nylon tie wrap that we didn't move at all. But yes, so it can create a fun color fabric if this is something you're into. But if you want a more consistent color penetration through your entire yarn, you will prefer to do like I did and move around your zip tie and make some splash in the pot to make sure that the color penetration is well distributed and that it's really nice. So let me know in the comment what you prefer, and thank you so much for watching so far. If you have any question, you can leave them in the comment box below. If you are interested in the tools used in the video, there's an affiliated link in the description box. If you have questions or anything, let me know. And if you've liked it, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon.